Usually when we're doing when we're going to be doing a critical when we do a critical reading class, we have a section of vocabulary, approximately 30 minutes the first part of the class. I usually do use things from the Oxford Cellular books for level F, G, and H. This year, however, because they are moving away from the SAT College Board is saying that they're moving away from heavy-duty vocabulary reliance. What I would like to do is introduce more essays from some of our finest essay writers. For instance, Oliver Sacks, or Nathalie Anlinger, or Jill Lepore, or let me see, Joseph Ellis. Why am I doing that? Because the first two writers that I would mention, Oliver Sacks and Nathalie Anlinger or Mary Roach, these are science writers. They write for the New York Times. They're at the cutting edge of science. They're great stylists, and they also incorporate multiple sets of vocabularies in there. So instead of seeing vocabularies as a sentence, you're seeing it in context. Studying vocabulary in context is going to help you feed into your critical reading. Also, taking a look at the work from Jill Lepore and Joseph Ellis is going to address the people who need that hit of a push work during your Christmas classes. So, because SAT is going to be incorporating more emphasis on original documents from American history and American studies, I am going to bring these authors in so people can read and practice that. Also, during the class that I teach critical reading in a very targeted way. A lot of times people say, read the questions, find the answer in the text, and that's how you do it. I don't like to do this. This is a critical reading essay. So what I ask the students to do is think of your SAT critical reading as a target of information. You look at the blurb. Already you know who, what, and where we're going to be talking about. You know that much more. So you're creating context so you can resolve and see the difference in the development of the essay. That's the most thing about critical reading. See the development of the essay. You basically do pre-reading. You're taking a look at very specific things. You're looking at proper nouns. You're looking at numeric information. You're looking at particular flags that will indicate definitions. You will take a look at lists. Why are you doing this? You need to look at the proper nouns because it gives you more information about the subject. You need to look at numeric information so it gives you more information about what changes in the essay. You need, because people are not specialists in some of the essay topics that are given, people need to know, they need to pay attention to the definitions. Punctuations is one of those ways to pick out those definitions and inform yourself more about the subject of the critical reading passage. Then from there, after you've done your pre-reading, you've basically laid a trail for yourself through the passage. You go back and you look at the questions and mark where you're looking at the line references and possibly saying, hey, I expect to see the answer here. Hey, I expect to see the answer here. Wait a minute, this question is an accept question. Write the code that indicates that there's going to be an accept question there. Write the code next to it that say this is an inference question. I'm not supposed to be looking for information. I'm supposed to look at the information in this section and draw a conclusion from that. After you do that, you actually read the text, and so many times people say, well, you don't have to read the text. Yes, you have to read the text. I'm sorry, you have to read the text. In your office, in your work, you have to read the text because you are responsible for the information that's presented there. Okay? So then when you read the text, you already know what you're looking for, and you're able to pay attention more to the change in the development of what's going on. After that occurs, then you basically go through and answer the questions through the process of elimination. Why do you do this? Many times when students look at the A, B, C, D, E, they get lost. Basically, being able to determine maybe 3 of these choices are not correct is going to give you a better than even odds of finding the correct answer. So you're looking at this, and when you determine what questions you have a tendency to miss. Oh, I always pick the second best answer for the inference questions. You're going to be able to learn from your mistakes instead of practicing your mistakes. That's one of the points of being of success from learning. You have to learn from your mistakes, not take the test over and over and over and practice and practice and practice and entrench those mistakes. You want to learn from those mistakes so you don't make them again. So that's basically how I address critical reading. And when we take